Welcome back to the Go Home Show, or welcome back, as in you couldn't be welcome back because this is the first episode ever. So welcome in if this is the first video from us you're seeing, and thanks for stopping by.
Let's go.
I'm Danny Mabley,
John Arpino.
and we're two dudes, one with much more knowledge of wrestling than the other, and we're gonna give you your takes like they matter. Okay, cool. Welcome in. So today we're reviewing the Elimination Chamber 2026. A weird road to WrestleMania, I would
Very
say.
strange. Yeah.
A little bit of up in the air, a lot of injuries. Seems like a lot of decisions have been changed due to ticket sales. I don't know. That's the rumor. I don't know how. John is the real booker, so he would know this stuff. John, tell me a little about yourself as far as like what you got going on in New York.
Oh God. I've been in the wrestling business for the last. I'm going on 10 years this year. Started out obviously in the ring, and slowly transitioned to the business end of everything, and now I run Outlaw Wrestling up here in New York.
Heck yeah, dude. I've been to a few shows. It's a great time. Fun stuff. Usually some fun cards, some cool people popping in here and there.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, we do the thing. We're the biggest party in Brooklyn.
love it. So yeah, that's where it comes is like I'm just kind of a guy who's watched wrestling since I was a kid, took a bunch of years off, got back into it, and John's coming at you with the kind of more behind the scenes insider takes.
I never stopped.
Yeah. So yeah, what do you think is going on right now with this Road to WrestleMania?
I think that they don't even know what's going on right now on this road to WrestleMania, to be quite honest with you. Um, I think for a really long time, Royal Rumble was like the official start kickoff to the road of WrestleMania, and somehow over like the last 4 years or so, Elimination Chamber has like secretly really became it because like Royal Rumble loosely sets up like who the number one contender is going to be, but then like Elimination Chamber really puts in the bones, right? So I think right now it's just they're throwing so much shit against the wall that they're just seeing what sticks because the injury bug has affected them so much.
Yeah.
So, I mean, a lot of missteps last night for sure. I
Yeah.
think that we should just start at the front of the card. Why don't we just start with the first match?
Yeah. Let's get into it. Um, I have the card here. I'm pulling it up. Um, so we start with the women's chamber,
Yes.
which maybe a hot take. I think it might have been better in the men's.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Absolutely.
Pick. I think I felt this way the last few years, to be honest. I think they just take more chances with the women. They typically have someone new coming in. They want to create like some big spots for, or they have someone that is like kind of a vet that people are rooting for. That they can get some good like they just have more story
Yeah.
or something going in that we're like it all just kind of seems together. Now they had a few hiccups this match. There was a few blips, including a little moment with some re-entire, but that's the sport. Yeah, what do you think of this match?
I mean, I think it was
First of all, are we doing a out of 5 scale? Or are we doing a grade scale?
I we could do a grade scale. I like
I like
grade
it.
scale better.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
I had a grade
Um,
on the for this match. So,
all right, cool. I mean, I thought it was very well produced, the match. I didn't feel like it was super quick. I thought they told a great story. I'm really not sure if I'm behind Rhea Ripley winning, but for right now, I just feel like they really rely on her so much when it comes to WrestleMania season.
Mhm.
I think that Hunter really just has his star players that he just leans on when everything kind of goes to shit. But overall, I thought it was a great match. They really did put on for their city. Overall, I would probably give it like a B minus.
Okay. Okay. I like it. I think I had B plus in
Okay.
my head. Um, are we doing like full grade? Like, are we doing school grades? Or are we doing like or tier list grades?
What do you
Like
mean
S
by
tier
tier
being like
list grades? What?
like a tier list grades would be like S.
Oh
A,
yeah, I don't get
B,
no, no.
C,
We're doing
D.
school. We're doing
Okay,
school. Wrestling
we're going
fans ain't
full.
doing no
Okay, then I
tier.
think I'd probably stay B then.
Yeah.
I think let's probably stay B then. Yeah, I love this match. And I think at the end of the day, I think Rhea made the most safe sense for sure.
Yeah.
In my heart, I wanted Raquel to win, which
Mhm.
I think it was great because they gave her definitely a lot of moments in this match. Like they made her feel like probably more of a powerhouse than she's ever felt.
Yes.
And I feel like the more that she stepped into that, you know, big, sexy kind of Kevin Nash esque
Mhm.
role, the more she's coming to her own, which is pretty cool. Which at first I would have been like, I don't see it. But the more she's like really committed to that role, I've been like, oh, this is coming together a bit more than I thought it would.
Absolutely. I like seeing her personality shine through a lot. I think the only thing that's really holding her back is that the Judgment Day is still together.
Mhm.
And I think that that's really holding back every single member of that group. But we could talk about that later on.
Yeah, it seems to be that there's a lot of things in motion for that to come crumbling down soon. So
100%.
Um, yeah, no, I think at the end of the day, yeah, like I said, like I think at the start of the match, I was talking to my girlfriend, we watched it together, and I was like, it's either gonna be Rhea or Raquel. Rhea makes the most sense as far as, what they're gonna sell the most going into Mania. Would I have liked to see Raquel? Yeah, I thought it would have been a cool spot for her. Would she have gone into WrestleMania 1? I don't know. So I think this makes the most sense. I don't think anyone wanted Jade and Tiffany to run it back
No.
again. I don't think that would have been very a happy response to that. As far as the technical side, um, I think you had two people who definitely shine in this match, being Raquel and Kiana James.
Mhm.
But I think Kiana James is slowly becoming someone that people don't really care about. That is like, oh, whoa, she's got talent for sure.
Yeah. I'm a little I mean, can we talk about the elephant in the room, or can we talk about the, wardrobe malfunction real quick?
That's what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's what's gonna overshadow this match, unfortunately. Um, Very strange for WWE not to jump in and censor that. I thought that was, like, really, really not like them,
Yeah.
especially because they do have, like, a 5 to 8 second delay before it hits the air. Um Does this act like, all jokes aside, do you think that that takes away from the match, the fact that that happened? Like, are people talking more about that than they are Rhea Ripley going on to WrestleMania again? Because in my opinion, they are.
Yeah, I will say, like, I want to say that in today's social media world, as both, you have the news people, the dirt sheets that have to kind of like report on it for the clicks and the views, and
Exactly.
then you have the random no face Twitter people, freaking gooners who are just behind the scenes posting stuff on Twitter to get reposts and shares and being weird.
Right.
And that's just the reality of it, right? Like that's wrestling. Like you're gonna have the real ones, the dirt sheet guys, and then you also have the gooners who turn into wrestling each week because they like what they see. Um, and I think today's day and age, man, I think that like at the end of the day, like publicity is publicity. Like it's raising people's awareness about this match and about the things. So like either way, I don't think it's gonna necessarily take away. I think it's a shame that it happened. I feel bad for Raquel. Like honestly,
Yeah.
that sucks. There was one other botch in this match with or not really a big botch, but it was just Alexa Bliss and Rhea missed their kind of timing
Yeah.
on of one of the moments. So overall, for two like minor thing, one being obviously maybe more major than the other, I think they worked their way through it. But
Absolutely.
yeah, I think it's clear who stood out. Um, you know, yeah, it was like a B match. It
Yeah,
was
it
good.
was.
It wasn't
Yeah.
bad. Was it as good as last year's? No.
No.
I think last year's was better. But I think the one who made sense won, and we'll keep it rolling.
My so, like, overall, my problem with the Elimination Chamber match nowadays is, like, all right, if you look at the original Elimination Chamber from, I think
This
it's
has
the
been a
Unity.
talking point. I have
Yeah,
seen this. I have seen people talking about like is Elimination Chamber like overrated now, overdone.
it
It's
is.
time
Well, it
to
is
move
for
on.
2 reasons, right? It's watered down, that's number 1. They've they've made the element of the match too safe for the
Mhm.
workers, which I
Yeah,
totally understand because if you look
yeah.
at that original Elimination Chamber that debuted, I think that was what, 2002? Um
Different era.
Totally different era, right? It was nothing that WWE had ever done before. No match really like it besides like the Terror Dome in AAA back in the day. And I think TNA did an Asylum match or the Orange Clock match was like kind of similar. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
This is where the knowledge comes out of my boy John. I love it.
Yeah. So like it's watered down in the sense the original Elimination Chamber outside of the ring was all steel grade, right? Like you hit it, you felt the guy's pain. Like there was no selling because it was the fact that it was really, really hurting. The chain link just looked better. It just looked like an intimidating structure, right? And now it's just like very Walmart. Does that make sense? Like it's
Mhm.
just very just A, B, C pieced together.
Yeah, like I always remember like the cage like through the pod spots
Right.
have become less
They don't
meaningful
matter anymore.
because like you can tell it's just like a piece of plastic.
Well, yeah, that and the fact that, like, you're now trained to expect it, right? So, like,
Yeah.
that's why the Kofi Kingston spot during Royal Rumble got boring because it happened every year for 10 years, and, like, I'm over it. I don't need to see someone get speared through the pot anymore. I've seen it a billion times. It's not cool. The plexiglass just is not cool to break, like, it
Yeah.
is what it is. There's no visual there. Um, but yeah, I mean, I really do. I don't know if WWE should retire the Elimination Chamber or they need to do something to revamp it. It needs a shot in the arm really bad. It just doesn't look good anymore,
Yeah.
right? And I just
Yeah.
feel like it's just so predictable. But anyway, let's move on to the men's match.
Well, no, that was the last match.
No, I know. I didn't know if you want to do chamber and then
No, no, no. We'll do it in order.
okay.
We'll do it in order. So yeah, no, I see what you're saying there, and we probably use that as a title of this video to get some clicks. But like, yeah, like the reality of like some of these different like even I would say war games in itself, like
Yeah,
these matches were started to like have these intense emotional payoffs or at least have some like carnage.
right.
And now like both of those, they just kind of end up being used as like, well, it's here, so here's the people in it, and they're going to Mania, and war games like it's a one you can look forward to, like it just kind of is, and yeah, it definitely takes away from the wow factor.
Absolutely.
But we'll see what happens. But yeah, let's get into the next match, which was Becky Lynch versus AJ Lee for the Intercontinental Champion.
I mean, we all knew where this match was going, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
before the bell rang,
We're
we knew what
in
the
Chicago.
result was going to be. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that's one problem I have with this whole card is like it was a very predictable pay per view or PLE. Sorry.
no, it's a fucking pay-per-view. But anyway, yeah, no, I mean, again, we know the circumstance here. We know that AJ Lee is not going to walk out of Chicago without the IC championship. Was it fun? It was a fun match, right? Like,
Yeah,
I think that she showed out.
yeah.
I think
She
Becky is
showed.
probably the best person on the roster, period, between the men and the women. Um, it was a great match. I'm glad that
Wait,
AJ Lee's back.
wait, what'd you say?
What's up?
You think Becky Lynch is the best?
Becky Lynch is probably one of the hardest workers on that roster and probably one of the people that gets it. Yeah, for sure.
Well,
I
okay.
will yeah, I'll hang my hat on that.
I could see you making an argument for your statement. I think her selling sometimes to me looks very obvious.
Oh, yeah, she oversells, as fuck, but, like, at the end of the day, I feel like she's
It's
the
like,
cream of the
"Girl,
crop.
let me get to this spot. Oh,
Yeah,
you're
yeah, yeah,
right
yeah.
here.
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. Like,
Okay.
Charlotte Flair, I think, will always be remembered as, like, one of the top, if not the top women's wrestler of all time, just like her father's, like, the top wrestler of all time for the men, but when it comes to workhorses, when it comes to someone who truly gets it, that's
Uh-huh.
Becky Lynch, 1,000%. So,
Wow. I like it.
yeah.
I like the takes. Yeah, solid match. I would maybe similar B, but my brain saying B minus just because of we obviously know it was going to happen.
Yeah,
And
I was thinking C plus just because of that, so, alright, we're close, we've been close.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, I would just give this a B minus. It was fun. I definitely took my phone out a little more during
Yeah,
this match,
yeah.
but I think and also the fact that like she's tapped out 3 times to the same. Obviously, that's removed, but like that's it's tough. Maybe somewhat of a different style of finish, but
I mean, what is it
they
gonna
had the
do? We're gonna
turnbuckle
set the
spot,
table for
which
Mania, right?
they had the turnbuckle spot, which was cool,
Yeah.
but yeah, B minus.
Yeah, C
How's Angela Lee for still holding it down?
Listen, AJ still has it, right? I just wanna see okay, so, like, now what happens, right? Is she gonna be on the road every week now until Mania, right? Or is she gonna take 2 weeks off here, 3 weeks off there? Like, I know we don't have a lot of time left till Mania, so, like, really, she could spend all her time now back on television, but I don't know. Again, I just feel like things are not picking up as fast as they need to,
Yeah.
right?
Where do you see the IC title going into Mania? Like, what do you think the Mania car is going to be for that?
for the women's IC, I mean, I wouldn't really mind a feud between Raquel Rodriguez and AJ Lee. I know that might sound a little bit weird, but I would like it. I don't know how we would get to that right now.
I
I don't
think what
know.
makes sense is either just running this back or
Well, that's the only thing that makes sense, right? I
well,
think
they have been building this Maxine Natalie thing, and that's been involved with like Becky and AJ Lee.
yeah.
Like you have a four-way, I guess.
No, I don't think so because I think that kills Maxine Dupree, right? They have a lot of stake in her, and I truly like Maxine. She's grown on me super quick. Like you could tell the moment that WWE was like, okay, we have something here, right?
Yeah.
And I think I even texted you, like they changed her whole presentation from one week to the next. She came out super hot, like a house on fire. And she hasn't turned down sets, right? So I know for a fact that they have a lot of stock in her. She's gonna be a future world's champion. I just don't
Yeah. I
think that
talked
you
to you
put her in
about
a
this.
four-way.
I talked to you about this before. Like she is the closest thing to me of like what the like old era of like women's wrestling was, but with the addition of like that she's can now start to wrestle. You know what
Well,
I mean?
yeah, the fact that
Like she
she
has
can
that
wrestle,
she
yeah.
has that early 2000s look, but now she's starting to like really wrestle and like really put on some good matches. And she has that kind of like, hey, I'm pretty, but I can be super aggressive and crazy factor. Like it's cool. I think it can. I think we can work, and if she continues to work hard, right, like she is.
Absolutely, but I mean, I really only just wanna see her and Natty in a singles match at Mania. That's all I want, for no stipulation, nothing.
Okay. All right. And now to the match that, yeah, was pretty much just a wrestler's. Hey, here you go. Watch this in Punk versus Balor, which I will say, him coming out to the Chicago Bulls theme
Wild.
was pretty sick,
Probably
and
top
from
5.
the announcer.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Top 5. I wanna so honestly, I really wanna know what WWE paid for that,
Yeah. Right.
because NBC keeps that theme music under lock and key. I'm pretty sure it's NBC who owns it, and I know for a fact, like, WWE and NBC have a great relationship, but still, like, that had to cost paper, man, like,
Yeah. You
ugh,
think I was this whole we can get in this too quick, but this whole crowd for a Chicago crowd
sucked.
was not a Chicago crowd.
N not a Chicago crowd at all, dude.
Like,
Not
is
at
it because
all.
they had it at United Center? Like that
Maybe?
that
What,
that
you're saying instead
they're
of the
like, "Oh,
Rosemont?
like, we can afford it. It's a too cool event going on. Let's go buy the cool tickets and then fucking get drunk and not pay attention to what's going on."
Probably.
'Cause, like, yeah, if you think back to, like, Punk's return, like, obviously that huge moment, but that show as a whole and most Chicago shows that are at that other stadium, I don't even know what it's called.
Rosemont. Well, it used to be the Rosemont. I don't know what it's called
Okay.
now, but yeah.
Um, was just always so known to be like, "Oh, that's one of the best US crowds,"
Uh-huh.
right? And so to have, like, a lot of these moments throughout the show just not hit as hard because it just seemed the crowd, like, wasn't into it, and this being one of them, like, I heard that music and I was like, "This is sick," and you had a low pop, but then it just kinda like, "Alright, where's Punk?" Like,
That's why I feel like it was a lot of implants, right? Because a Chicago crowd in that arena, like, should have made that place come unglued.
yeah, like, "Oh, this is
Yeah,
South Park," like,
right. Yeah,
yeah,
it
like,
sh I don't know what happened there, I really don't.
very interesting.
The match itself overall, it was what it was,
Yeah,
right? Like,
I
the
would give
bell
this one a
rang.
B plus. Just
Yeah,
because it's you know what's gonna happen. There's no way Punk loses going into Mania against Roman.
right.
2, I think they do like they had the matches they had together were decent. Um, I think you just have a large contrast in speed with Punk versus Balor. Like Balor's a quick ass dude
Yeah,
and he's jacked, he's in great shape. And Punk starts out the match always pretty good, but he gets gassed
yeah, he
and
gets
it's just
gassed quick.
noticeable.
Mhm.
And it's more noticeable when you have a guy like Finn.
Who can move, yeah,
Yep. Like
100%.
I think Rollins almost like slowed himself down for their matches. Like
For him and Punk?
yeah,
100%, yeah.
yeah. Whereas Finn was still kind of just doing Finn. And so to me it was much more noticeable that Punk was like behind.
Dragon ass, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
um and and that's not to say like I love the fact that that we even get the chance of Punk being back and like having these matches and but I think the reality and you have this conversation every time that he has a main event match on Twitter, you see it. But I think in the other day, like, yeah, he's a little slow. Can he still go? Absolutely. It's just like you get what you expect, unless like, for example, the match that you have with Drew, where it's like a slowly drawn out,
Right.
emotional, like storytelling match. That's where Punk shines the most, and this just
Mhm.
wasn't that.
Right. Absolutely. He does. He Punk thrives in a place where it's very old school, right? Like his dog collar match with MJF, a classic, right? And I don't like many matches from that company, but a classic. His Hell in a Cell match with Drew brought literally the Hell in a Cell back, right? Like the Hell in a Cell was a shell of what it was for years, right? Like how I was saying with the Elimination Chamber. And that match gave it prestige again. So when it comes to old school stuff, that's where Punk definitely shines now that he's older. And it is sometimes you do have to work down to someone's, at their level. Overall, I just think that their two flavors of ice cream just didn't mix. Um, and yeah, I mean, that was the first time we saw the rope give some problems though, too, right? Because Finn had a botch at one point going up the same corner that LA Knight did later on in the match, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
Yeah, I didn't catch that. I didn't catch the LA Night one
Yeah.
because I have a good talk to go into that about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what it was. You know, good seeing these guys go at it, but we already knew what was going to happen, and
And
yeah,
also this match, I feel like is 12 years too late, right?
yeah. Then you also have people being like, "I want freaking Balor to win." It's like, well,
Yeah.
uh,
He's gotten a bad shake, dude. Like, I still to this day do not understand why he never got a rematch after he tore his shoulder winning the title the first time. What
yeah,
was that, 8, 9 years ago now?
yeah. Dude, he was when I first got back into wrestling. I think this was around 2018. I want to say maybe 2019. Um, he was my favorite. Me and my little brother, like he was my favorite.
Yeah.
Like his entrance, his like cool look, everyone doing the
Yep.
like he was the guy when I was tuned back in, and then all of a sudden I felt like, oh, he's okay. Like
Yeah. Well, they
um,
killed the demon, that's why.
yeah. But anyways, yeah, let's get into the final match.
Whoa, hold
Which
on. Before we go there, we can't skip
oh
over Danhausen, bro.
my bad, my bad.
Yeah.
What's in the box? Dan Housen's in the box.
I
This got spoiled for me because because I go on Twitter and people were like confirmed basically Dan Housen's the one being
Right.
coming
I mean,
back.
I had a feeling it was Danhausen from the get-go.
I did not. I did
Oh,
not.
really?
Yeah.
So my whole issue with this was now don't take this the wrong way. There might be people on the internet who actually freak out what I'm about to say. Danhausen didn't deserve for his character the build to this debut that it had. Okay.
People
And
were comparing it to the gobbledygooker.
well, yes, because of the hype. So the reason why the gobbledygooker didn't really work was because they hyped the shit out of it before that Royal Rumble for a while. They kept rolling out the egg, which is exactly what they did with this box. Okay. Now, when Vince McMahon was around, there was an old adage that said anything that came out of a box was automatically over. But in this case, not so much, which again makes me think that it wasn't a true Chicago crowd. A true Chicago crowd, I feel like would have popped huge for Danhausen because of his relationship with
Especially
Punk.
especially the typical Chicago crowd.
Correct.
Is
That's what
more
I
of
mean.
like the wrestling sickos, the IWC.
Yep.
Like
Yep. But again, so like,
they were fooling, bro.
yeah, well, for Danhausen's gimmick, it was too big of pomp and circumstance. If
Yeah.
they would have just debuted him on Friday rather at SmackDown, right? Totally different. If they would have debuted the box, if they would have done the box at the beginning of the show, instead of waiting the entire night and they do this whole big thing, they could have done the same thing, top of the show, open the box. They still could have had the dancers. It still could have been this cool thing, but people would not have been as mad because they really just were holding on to the fact that it was Jericho because of the hype, because of oh, what's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box?
Who thinks that Jericho come out of blocks?
A lot of people thought Jericho was coming out of a box.
No part of me ever thought Jericho's come out of
I
blocks.
mean, I didn't think Jericho was coming out of a box.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen much of Danhausen. I remember seeing him a few times when I watched AEW when it started. I never understood what his deal was. I guess he's kind of like a comedy character.
Yes.
I'm excited to see what they do with him because, like, I think a good comedy character is needed. Like, I think,
Huh?
like, our truth when we thought he was gone, like, you felt that, like, oh shit, like, what are they going to do with the backstage segments and like him cracking people. Like dude, when he still cracks Damian Priest, it makes me laugh so hard.
Yeah.
Like when Damian Priest cannot contain himself around R-Truth.
Yeah.
It happened like last week that Damian Priest was like, ah. It's so
So
funny.
that is my number one want though in a match. So I want Danhausen and R-Truth so bad. I want backstage promos of them first together, just running into each other. Like there is so much comedy gold. But then like people don't realize. So if you don't know who Danhausen is, and
Yeah.
you're just getting into him now, I'm just gonna tell you this. Danhausen versus Mr. Iguana is gonna be a banger. Danhausen versus The Miz is gonna sell out. Danhausen versus Jey Uso, people will not be able to contain themselves. Danhausen versus R-Truth is going to be the next Hulk Hogan versus Andre the Giant. And then Danhausen versus Joe Hendry is going to have the people on their feet. Okay. If I don't get Danhausen versus Joe Hendry at fucking WrestleMania, I'm done. Burn my fucking boots.
So for people tuning in, we're gonna cut out the segment and put it on tubes. How much do you know about Danhausen? What's his deal? If you give someone who like, who the heck is this guy? Why is he taking up time on my screen?
You're asking me or you're asking the audience?
That's you.
Oh, asking me. Oh, so Danhausen is evil. He curses you. The teeth obsession, and he's friends with Pepsi Phil. And that's really it. That's Danhausen. Like, that's really him in a nutshell. So, again, it's going to be a lot of fun. I promise.
Okay.
I promise it's going to be a lot of fun.
Cool. Yeah. So great for that segment. Before they booed, it seemed like he got like a small pop. Like when he came out.
I love the dancers, dude. I pop so big for the Danhausen's. Yeah, whatever. There's a word there. There's a cool word there. I just haven't found it yet.
One girl almost tripped.
Yeah, you saw that? And then she almost missed her cue? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the first girl missed her cue, and then the third one was tripped, or the fourth one was tripped.
Yeah.
And I saw her kind of dip. I was like, oh, don't fall. Yeah. No, it was cool. I was like, oh, sweet. Like I was happy because like I said, I think the opportunity for him sweet. I'm excited to see what WWE in 2026 does with a comedy character like this.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be real, dude. I think it's gonna be really good. Plus, again, like you said before, like R-Truth, eventually R-Truth is gonna leave, right? So like there needs to be an established comedy character going on.
Yeah. Sweet. Sweet. Let's move on to the main event, the Elimination Chamber. Excuse me, for the men.
I didn't care.
Oh, wow.
I didn't. I'm happy Randy won.
Yeah, this was like probably the biggest surprise of the night.
Yeah.
Because I was like, Cody's either gonna win or he's not gonna win because of some, buffoonery.
Right.
Which buffoonery happened.
Correct.
So one of my predictions was right. I didn't think it was gonna be, or did I think it was gonna be Randy? I don't know. I thought something was gonna happen. I don't know. I guess Randy made the most sense. Because he was the only other one, but I didn't think about it very much. But yeah, I thought maybe like, do a Sheamus-esque like give Trick the freaking title within the first year. But no.
All right. That's crazy.
I'll start Martin Grand.
All right.
He's
a good worker. He's good. He's a good wrestler. I like his stuff.
Like if people say, LA Knight reminds them of The Rock, I think Trick Williams reminds me of The Rock.
I think you all smoke really good drugs, but whatever. That's what I think. But I still don't understand why people say that LA Knight reminds them of The Rock. I get it. Like, I guess the voice and the vest reminds them of Austin, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, like that era.
I don't see it. I don't hear it. I don't know.
I
don't know. But listen, LA Knight needs to stop doing the fucking elbow. Like, obviously, it's time, dude. I'm sorry, bro. Like, it is time to take it out of the repertoire. We can't do it. For some reason, you and going up to the top just don't get along. It's time to put it to bed because, I mean, what are we doing?
Moment.
Like, what are we doing here?
It was such a big moment. I felt so bad for him because like you have this big buildup, people are so behind him still. Which, by the way, you have to give credit. Like I don't know if it's to the writers or to him
No,
or
it's to
both,
him.
but like to have him have this much heat so long, like it felt like it died for a little bit, but all of a sudden it was back. Like and he's getting some of the biggest pops of the night every week.
Yeah. I don't know how he keeps getting this momentum. I really don't, because again, I like him, but I'm not like, "Oh my god, he needs to be my world champion."
Yeah, same, right? But I do enjoy him on the screen when he is.
Yeah.
But one of the things is my girlfriend makes a joke every time where she's like tuned into his promos because she's like, "Well, Ellen and I get it through a promo this week," because notoriously for like I think it was like 3 months straight, he flubbed his promo like
Mhm.
every single time,
Yep.
and Tommy would be like, "Can this guy just get through one promo?"
I don't know what it is, man. I really don't. I
I
don't
think
know
he's just
what
trying to put
happened.
so many phrases together that he
And
gets
then
tongue
what
tied.
what was it? Road to WrestleMania 2 years ago on the road to Philly when he choked on his gum mid promo.
Wah! Whoa!
One of my favorite moments in wrestling by
Dude,
far.
that was very funny.
By far. But also, like, before we move on and go on to the rest of that batch, a lot of these botches that you're seeing right now too, and like the injuries, like how the injury bug is just ruining this locker room right now, is because of the fact that there's no house shows, right? Like
Mm,
everyone says, TKO took house shows away because they're not a moneymaker, right? And like obviously the business changed. Like wrestlers used to make all their money from house shows, right? Like they used to get a piece of the gate. Like house shows were a big deal in the 80s, 90s. It became kind of like, you worked your TV, but then you're at a different house show the 4 days after TV, and you're trying stuff out that you want to do on TV. You're testing the water on certain
yeah,
storylines,
Cosmo always talks about this on podcasts.
right? And it's annoying. So like now that guys are not getting the repetition in, you're getting hurt left and right on stupid stuff. Like, I'm sorry, I understand it's a freak accident, but Bronson tearing his bicep tendon like that, doing a nothing, doing
Well,
absolutely
and I mean Braun Breaker too. Like you flip the table and
well,
fuck.
that was a hernia.
No, I know, just like
I don't know. I hernia, I could be like, okay, you just can't stop a hernia. Hernia is a hernia. You lift something the wrong way, you're getting a hernia, right?
yeah.
But like, I don't know. Wait, did you see? He just came off the rope and he just put his arm around brother. He was supposed to just roll with him. And I just don't understand how he tore his fucking bicep. But anyway,
Yeah, and you could tell that his spot, obviously with Jay winning on the fly, and they take Jay out, like just get him backstage, get beat up. Oh, there's an open spot. Logan gets the spot because he's still with the Vision.
but is there a vision? Is there a vision actually right now? Like this is what I'm super confused about at this point in the game, right? Because the only two people that are healthy in vision are Logan Paul and Austin Theory.
Yeah,
So is there a vision?
but the leader's back now.
The leader that they jumped before he got shoot hurt. So like that's why I'm super confused right now.
Yeah,
Obviously we're gonna run Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins. I
again.
particularly don't want that match. I'm sure it'll be a banger. I'm sure they're both gonna, put on, but like,
You think it was originally? You think this spot for Bronson Reed was originally supposed to be Breaker, and then it was supposed to be Breaker versus Rollins at Mania?
yes, but also there was a piece of me that believed that Breaker was gonna get a title shot
Mm.
ultimately.
Yeah, very
So
very interesting. Yeah, it makes you wonder what's all changed. I mean, it'll probably come out in unrated.
yeah, Unreal, that stupid fucking show.
Oh yeah, annual.
That show is such a work, by the way. Anyone who thinks that they're like really exposing anything is so just I hate that show.
You and Paul Heyman.
Yeah,
Um,
it's my boy.
it's not a. I love how in the commercial he's like, "I don't fucking like this show,"
Yeah.
and they're like, "We'll use it."
Yeah, exactly. Cut that.
um, yeah, it felt like definitely Logan's spot was meant to be for Bronson, instead of Bronson or Braun, either one, two powerhouses basically, taking out a bunch of guys. By
Yeah.
instead, it's Logan being like a weasel,
Yeah.
taking out a bunch of guys. Which I think I saw Santi talk about this on his reaction. Like it doesn't hit as hard for Rollins to come in and cost like Logan his spot when it wasn't like he didn't need to be stopped. You know what I mean?
Correct, right. Yeah, there's nothing at stake here.
Yeah, yeah. So it felt like it didn't hit like even for me, I was like, oh, Rollins back, cool. Like, like it was like I almost wanted someone else just because like, well, obviously it's Rollins, but like this doesn't really make sense or hit as
Yeah.
hard. Like, um, so I wanted it to be like fucking just I don't know, surprise me.
I don't even know who I would have wanted it to be,
True.
right? Like, at this point, I just
Also, though, they've ran this twice now, just like put a guy in a mask.
yes, I don't know why we went right back to this at all.
Like,
Like, I didn't wanna see a masked character fucking storyline for, like, at least 10 years, but, yeah, it makes no sense, and also, I hope that Hunter now gets the point, like, stop running fake injury angles because that's what makes the injury bug actually come. Um, I don't know, man. I'm not excited. Like, I don't care about the Vision, right? Like, the Vision
yeah,
had the chance to be something really, really good. I wouldn't have picked the people that they ultimately picked to make up the Vision. I think that got away from them, and then as that kinda got away from them, then the injury bug, and now it's just like, we just have to, like, put a pin in this, and how do we put a pin in this? Let's just throw Seth with Logan and just call it over,
yeah,
you know? Or it's gonna be Hunter's 900 storyline that has no ending because he can't
yeah.
write a finish, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's your camera.
That's my hot
Come on,
take.
camera, focus, please.
There he is.
Um,
Yeah, that's my hot take.
yeah, you've had the conversation with me before. It's like Hunter can't finish a story. Oh,
He can't. The build-up, pretty good. Usually, Hunter's really good for a build. When it comes time for the payoff, horrible. Horrible. Did he and War Games. The dude claims that War Games is his favorite match of all time. He can't write a War Games to save his fucking life. Anyway,
great. Love
love you, Hunter. I still want a job one day.
We're gonna be different than all the other podcasts and streamers because we might not get on WWE TV, and it's because we're gonna keep it real. I'm gonna be the rational one and the
No, I'm
one we
not.
count on, the one that's looking out for the people,
No, I'm not.
and John's gonna be the
This show will raise my blood pressure. That's what I know. I know that this podcast in particular is going to raise my blood
what are you gonna be if I'm that?
pressure. God. Coming down from the heavens.
The rest.
Saying to people why this sucks.
You're gonna be the JA from New York
Yeah, exactly.
instead of JD from New York.
But now hold on, before we end this,
Okay.
how do you
Oh,
feel
yeah.
if
Right.
what?
Oh, we haven't finished the match yet.
No, I know. Okay, finish the match. Go ahead. I thought we
Yeah.
did.
All night botches. Rollins boot gives Logan the boot. Cody and Randy to end it, and with the kind of distraction from no wait, no Rollins gives him the boot,
Yeah,
then Cody jumps on Logan, knocks him
he eliminates
out.
him.
Yeah.
Right.
Or no, Drew. Sorry, I forgot Drew got involved with this. Why the fuck is Drew getting involved in this?
Oh, right. This was a whole bunch of hodgepodge. Right. You
Yeah,
had Drew
yeah.
coming out to
So
interfere.
Seth comes in, hits Logan, he's out. Okay,
Right.
now it's freaking Cody getting up from knocking out Logan.
Yep.
Randy's there, and then Drew comes in the open cage, hits Cody with the belt. Um, you know, tries to cost him the match. Cody gets him in the freaking, or no, Randy RKO's him. Cody gets him in the crossroads, and then Randy just jumps on the RKO, which I thought was a good finish, like that little sequence.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, did you see the post interview of the announcement?
No, I didn't. What announcement? I did not watch the post show.
Oh, yeah. So Drew tries to get involved. Randy wins. All this comes out in the post show, irate,
Yeah.
and goes, "You want to get involved, Drew? It's Cody versus Drew for the title Friday on SmackDown."
Oh, that's cool. So Drew's just gonna drop the fucking belt on a random SmackDown, just like how he won it on a random SmackDown? Is that what just happened? What a fucking rib. Poor fucking Drew. Drew gets the shit end of the fucking stick, dude. It sucks. And he is everything that a wrestler should be in this company, and they're just like, "Fuck it. Fuck it. Oh, he has the ball? Fuck it. Take it away from him. Take it away. You don't need it." Yeah, he does, bro. Let him have the fucking title for a little bit.
The
Fuck
crazy thing is, since he's had the title, they've had him do nothing.
nothing. And they did that the first time.
Except just like interfere and be annoying.
Dude,
Like he's so much better than like I get them giving him the like sly weasel going into like, you know, the big brawn kind of like, I'm like big guy, hasn't worked for him in the past to get the title, so he got the title of being a sleazeball. But don't keep him that. Make
right.
like, you have this badass at the title, goes in front of his home crowd, is freaking pumped, they're pumped. He comes back and on TV he just straight back to like, I'm the best because I won it, and but then tries to interfere and cost everyone everything. Like,
Yeah. I don't
what
like
do you
it.
mean?
I don't like it.
He spent like 2 years complaining that the bloodline and Rollins and everyone is costing him these opportunities, and
Yep.
it's nothing to do with him. And then he just tries and costs everyone else opportunities. Like he just
Yeah,
flips it.
that's his yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's been a bummer.
I just
Don't
don't
understand.
understand.
Cody, yeah, Cody's just gonna win on Friday. I mean, unless they do something where like obviously Jacob and Sammy have been involved in this. It's like you have a freaking 5-way at fucking Mania.
I don't want a fatal 5-way. I don't ever want a fatal 5-way. Or whatever we have fatal 5-way. Fatal 4-way, fatal 5-way. I don't know. A fantastic 5-way. I don't care.
It'd be Drew,
It'd be Drew,
Cody,
Cody,
Randy.
Jacob. Oh, right. Randy.
Randy has the title shot. So then what makes sense, it's gonna be, so this is the theory, right? Going around on Twitter. It's gonna be Randy versus Cody at Mania.
Right. Yeah.
And it's
Ultimately, that's what you need to get to. Yeah.
And then it's gonna be Aldis versus Drew at Mania.
I want that so bad. I want that so fucking bad. Not only do I want that, I want Scrap Daddy Adam Pearce to have a fucking match in WWE. Okay? For those that don't know, Adam Pearce is an amazing professional wrestler, former NWA champion. Give the man his flowers. I know. Give the man his flowers. Both of them. And the fact that this year in WWE, they're both playable characters in their respected attire in the new game that's about to drop also makes me think that they're both going to wrestle at Mania.
I will admit, and this is random, but like both of them as GMs, I think I've liked more than any GM ever.
Me too. In a long time. Yeah. Since the inception of GMs.
As long as I can remember, like this has been the most I've like cared when a GM pops on screen. Cause like they're so good at what their like characters are for the job.
Yeah.
Like it's super believable.
Yeah.
Like I believe that they're fucking trying to run this show.
Absolutely. I mean, listen, Eric Bischoff is Raw general manager, though, will always hold a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
Like, always. But yes, these two are carrying it.
In the wheel shit.
Uh-huh. HLA, all that. It was great.
You as like kind of a GM and yourself.
Hmm. Yeah.
You must like relate to some of the.
I guess. I mean, they're just an on-air role. They're not really dealing with the fucking real bullshit.
Yeah.
You know? They just pretend.
And they're stolen valor.
Yeah, stolen valor. That's just what's been going on lately.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, listen, so yeah, Drew versus Aldis at Mania is an amazing match.
I think it's gonna be super cool because if they
and then you blew my mind. You're right, you just set it up. If Braun Breaker, which Braun Breaker will be back by Mania because it's just hernia surgery, you'll have Adam Pearce versus Braun Breaker at WrestleMania. You'll have Nick Aldis versus Drew at WrestleMania. You'll have Randy and Cody in the main. CM Punk and Roman. Jacob. I don't know.
Well, Sammy kind of gave him some shit, but like, why would I want to see that?
So you have to protect Sammy right now. So this year is about keeping Sammy out of the limelight.
He's gonna win it
he's gonna win it in Saudi Mania, right? So you got has to. So you got to keep him off to the side long enough that he's not gonna get hurt, and then have him pop out when next January.
So you think he's gonna win the Rumble or the Chamber?
Next year he's gonna win the Rumble. Because he's gonna be slotted as the number. So like this is what the point I was trying to make before. Royal Rumble, if you win the Royal Rumble, you're always considered the number one contender. right? But now that you have you have two main titles, it's like Royal Rumble and then Elimination Chamber. You find out who's going for the other title. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I think that it's only right that Sammy is going to win next year the Royal Rumble. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know who do you put Jacob with?
I guess if it isn't Aldis and Drew, it'd be Drew and Jacob.
I guess
You think Jake? I don't see Jacob missing Mania though.
Jacob's not missing Mania. Hell no.
Yeah, the only people he's had a problem with has been Cody, Sammy, and Drew.
So then let me ask you this question. If you're going to have Cody versus Randy, right? Does Cody walk out of Mania champion or does Randy walk out of Mania champion, which then sets up a storyline between him and Gunther? Because Gunther's whole angle right now is that he's the new legend killer, right? So Randy Orton's storyline his gimmick back in the day was legend killer, right? So in my mind now,
Well, technically career killer.
right, of course, because you can't call him the legend killer. It was already Randy, and Randy's not retired yet. So now what I'm saying is that 2 years from now's Mania, right? So not Saudi Mania, the Mania. No, it would be Saudi Mania, right? If Randy wins this year,
You think Randy retires next year?
yeah, I do. Unfortunately,
That'd be so sad.
it would be because you are losing a lot of your main players that you could lean on, right? You
You
lost
don't
John Cena and fucking AJ in 4 weeks from each
Yeah.
other.
You don't think they ever get Randy close to that Cena record?
16, that's it. 16 and done. I think he does beat Cody. I think he beats Cody, and then yeah, I think he wins 16. I think he ties with Flair. I think it's only right he ties with Flair. And then yeah, I mean, I don't know. I also feel like Randy's in the best fucking shape of his entire career and could have another 8 years.
Yeah, if he's I mean, Randy does strike me as an old school guy though. Like I'll just go until I can, you know?
Well, yeah, he is. Much like his dad. Cowboy Bob Orton wrestled till the wheels fell off. But like, I mean, I don't know. Ultimately, that's the dream match. The dream match is obviously Cody versus Randy because all the legacy shit and whatever else. But
And they've been teasing it for freaking 2 years. They've been
right.
teasing it the moment Cody won is completed the story.
But do you end Randy's career with a loss to Cody? Or do you end Randy's career with a loss to Gunther?
But he doesn't have to Randy doesn't have to win at Mania. It's the SummerSlam, there's a lot of time.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm sorry. What I'm saying is this whole feud is obviously going to lead into the next year. Is what I'm saying. Whether Randy comes out on top or Cody comes out on top, I think you're going to have Randy and Cody for a minute.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know either. Because again, I don't see the main event players right now.
Yeah, other than like obviously Cody, Roman, Punk.
Right. And we need to get away from Cody. Like, we need to get away from Roman. Having Roman win the Royal Rumble was the worst decision ever because of the fact that he's not on television. So your Royal Rumble winner is not there every week to tell you that he's the Royal Rumble winner and that he is going to win at WrestleMania. So when is the next time I'm seeing fucking Roman Reigns?
Hey,
at WrestleMania?
To be fair though, he was tweeting last night.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I'm happy
Or
for him.
Xing.
Yeah. You know how much money he probably made just to X list?
You see what he said?
No, I did not.
He just said, seemed like the champion was as tired as this crowd. Enjoy your next few weeks of relevancy.
Oh, that's cool. That's nice. That was a nice scheduled tweet he put out.
At least it was on brand, at least it was a truthful statement.
Yeah. I think that match could be a banger. You think?
Yeah.
You think that listen, I think that Roman CM Punk is gonna be very good.
I mean, that first promo was my favorite promo I've seen in like 3 years.
Yeah.
Or 2 years.
Yeah.
Because
But that's gonna be a banger.
Roman Cody stuff was also very great. But
yeah.
But
now we're officially on the road.
It is. The Rock fucked up wrestling.
There's so many
Travis Scott
unanswered questions,
wrestling.
dude. So many unanswered questions.
No, No, I think yeah, I don't like I said at the start of the video, like the WrestleMania season just feels so weird. Like I'm still like really realistically the only reason I'm tuning in is one Roman and Punk and the other is okay, you've enticed me of like this whole Aldis Drew Cody thing. I want to see what happens with that. And then Rollins is back. I like Rollins. I want to see what he does with the division. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. I think
Oh, well, no,
20
no, no. I
what?
fucking can't forget the ladies. Uh, Bliss and Charlotte have been great on TV. I
Mhm.
like what they're doing. Um, Raquel, Liv in the Judgment Day. I think Liv's gonna have a great moment at Mania. Um, do I care about Jade and Rhea as much as I should? No. I think it's gonna be a banger match because they're both, big athletic people. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, man. Like I've talked to you about this before. Like coming back at the time I started watching wrestling again, like just before 2020, and then kind of tuning out for the COVID year because I was like, this sucks to watch.
Yeah, what a fucking weird time.
Um,
Weird time.
but then coming back to then like Cody comes back, then we get the road, the story, the bloodline. Like those years of wrestling were just so good and
Yeah.
sold me so hard
Mhm.
that like now, unless something's enticing me like every week, I'm just like, all right.
Yeah. 100%, but, like, I think Heyman put it the best recently, right? Like, there's an old school way of booking that stopped happening, right? So, like, you used to book 18 months out and then work backward. You'd figure out what you wanted your ultimate storyline to be, and then you work backward to where you are now, and that way you had the bare bones of what you wanted. But then let's just say a couple of the players got hurt during your build that 18 months down the road. You could change out the pieces. You had enough time to change out the pieces. Now it's like you're only booking 3 to 6 months at a clip. Okay. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. And then you're not worried about what's coming next, right? You're worried about this WrestleMania right now, but you should be worried about Saudi Mania 5 months ago. You understand? Especially when the writing was on the wall with how Saudi Rumble went. But I'm nervous for Saudi Mania. And I feel like everyone should be nervous for Saudi Mania.
Well, you have a hot take about Saudi in general, or about European or international shows in general.
Yeah, I mean, but when Vince McMahon was still in power, I mean, international shows were treated as non-canon events, especially the Saudi shows, right? Like that was just a bought show that Saudi Arabia bought out. They could book whoever the fuck they wanted. That's why every card was a super card. That's why once they came back to the United States, you never saw the trophy, you never saw the belt, you never saw anything. Whatever the hell happened there just stayed there. Now it's like we've intertwined this so much that now it matters, but like your US fan base it does not want to watch WrestleMania at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. That's number one, right? So that takes their element out of it. And then number two, you're doing all this stuff overseas that once you get home, what do your native fans have to look forward to, right? And now you're taking away their biggest show of the year. It just to me, it's like, what do you do? How do you save face?
Yeah.
You know? And next year is gonna be a bumpy road, and I feel like nobody realizes it because half of next year's calendar does not happen in the United States.
Hmm.
You know, like, Drew only won the belt because of the fact that they were overseas, and they knew it was gonna keep this international tour interesting. The second he returned back to the United States, he's losing the title on SmackDown this week. They haven't even been home for a week, you know? Like, it's redundant, it's stupid, I know what's gonna happen, and I hate it. Listen, as a wrestling fan, I feel like when you're in it for long enough, you always can figure out what the fuck is gonna happen, but, like, you gotta tease me a little bit. You gotta keep me interested, and I don't feel like that's there right now because, again, you're booking for instant gratification
Mhm.
every single time, and I don't want instant gratification. I want a slow burn. I wanna sink my teeth into this steak, and I wanna enjoy it with each and every bite. Right? I don't want a McDonald's hamburger. If I wanted a McDonald's hamburger, I'll turn on whatever's on Wednesday nights.
Hey, yo.
That's how I feel about the situation.
Well, on that hot take, coming up on an hour here, gonna try and keep the episodes digestible for y'all. Let us know what you thought of the first episode. Let us know what you thought about our takes. How did you enjoy the show? Leave all those juicy, wonderful comments down in the comment section. If you're watching this on YouTube. But otherwise, thanks for tuning in, John.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time.
Thanks for your time. This is the go home spot. Let's go.
Go home spot or go home show?
Well, no, this would be the go home spot of the go home show. You understand?
Got you. He knows more lingo than I do. All right. Thank y'all. We'll see you in the next one.